Good evening, everyone. It is the David Washington Show. Hey, it's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock. I'm live. I'm live right now. And yeah, that's kind of rare of late because a lot of the show has been recorded and then it's played. And then last week we were at Fest Expo 2023. I had a great time. Thank you very much, everyone. And we did that a little bit early, and it was a day late because we were live. But it's good to be back. I was hoping that my good friend and my one of my political godfathers, Jimmy Auffant, would join me. I haven't heard from him, and so I'm kind of concerned. Hopefully, everything is okay, and he'll join us in our next week's broadcast. Regardless, Jimmy, we hope you're okay. Today, you know, we'll begin a series of conversations about revitalizing Florida, a bold plan for the Democratic Party. That is the title of this show. And a lot of what's going to be discussed is not just for the Democrats, it's a cautionary tale for the Republicans also. If any particular group of politicos, any particular party, anyone who wants to see change in our politics here in Florida, what we're going to talk about is for you. Um, for those people who call themselves Republicans or Democrats, independents, non-party affiliates, libertarians, whatever. What we're going to lay out is roadmap, a roadmap, particularly for the Democrats, that is not going to give you wins overnight. This is a roadmap that will hopefully show results that will stick, results that will give you a generation of Democrats holding the governor's mansion, holding the state legislature, occupying the Supreme Court for a generation, like the Republicans have. So, there's some things that we're going to lay out over the next several weeks, point by point by point. I think I have about 20 points. Some of them are, things that I've come up with that are not necessarily new. Some are borrowed, some are new. I truly believe there are no real new ideas out there. Um, there's just innovations of how to approach a particular issue or problem. However, the solutions are out there. They're just ready for, a problem to be identified and apply the solution, however weird that may sound. But before I go further, I want to share this with you. This is from the newly resigned, as of January 9th, former leader of the Florida Democratic Party, the Florida Democrats. Manny Diaz, on resigning, he said, quote, "We cannot win elections if we continue to rely on voter registration to drive turnout, build field operations only around elections, and expect to get our vote out without engaging voters where they live. During my tenure, I hope to address these issues. Instead, I found obstacles to securing the resources and a long-standing, systematic, and deeply entrenched culture resistant to change. One where individual agendas are more important than team, where self interest dominates and bureaucracies focus on self preservation. I found obstacles to securing the resources in a long standing, systemic, and deeply entrenched culture resistant to change, one where individual agendas are more important than team, where self interest dominates and bureaucracies focus on self preservation. I couldn't agree more. Mr. Diaz has hit the problem on his head. Voter registration alone is not going to do it. Building field operations around elections is not going to do it. And not engaging voters. I've always said this. If someone tells you differently, they're an asshole. No, I'm the asshole. They're full of shit. There we go. You have to meet your voters where they are, at home or in front of their devices. I can't tell you how many times I have said that to candidates. I've said that to voters. I've said that to business people. I've said that to donors. I've said that to people who just want to hear, want to listen. This is bullshit. And Manny hits the nail on the head right here. I truly believe that. He gets it right. And I can tell you, it's February 2023. 2 months have passed. The Florida Dems have not had their statewide meeting until the end of February, when people have already filed to run for reelection or run for office for the first time, or for another office if they're already elected. Time is of the essence, but I've said that so many times. That's getting old. It's always time. It's always time to get your act together. It's always time to get plans made. As far as the municipal elections for 2023, coming in March, you're going to get the same turnout, low, very low, the same people being reelected. Some of them have already been reelected because the filing period has passed and no one has filed against an incumbent, so they're in office again. The Dems are not building a bench here, at least here, that I've seen in Orange County, Florida. There's a lot of talk, a lot of chat. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do this. We got to go out and phone make that. That conversation should have been done last year, a year ago, in preparation for the municipal elections here in March and again in November. A year ago. The local Dems are still meeting by Zoom. My goodness, there's $100,000. I bet you the local Dems don't even know this. There's $100,000 that was in the will of one of the local Dems. It was in his will. $100,000 for a new building. No one's talking about that. No one has a relationship with the family to access those dollars, to get a space that the Dems can call their own. $100,000. And I know the cost of land and property is expensive, but $100,000, that's a great start. That's great seed money to fundraise for your own space. But they're not talking about that. They're not talking about a bench. It's going to be business as usual, and we'll get the same complaints. And you're hearing the complaints, you're seeing the complaints on Twitter. The same people. Look what DeSantis is doing now. Look at what DeSantis is doing over here and over there. The people spoke. These are consequences to the lack of your actions, Democrats. The Latino vote is walking away. More and more of the black vote is walking away. Stop the fucking hero worship, okay? Really. Stop it. Stop the cheerleading. Dems ain't getting nothing done this election cycle, this legislative session. Nothing. But just a lot of talk. DeSantis said he's going to sign a bill, make it law. No abortions after 6 weeks. Elections have consequences. AP African Studies, African American Studies, State College. Clear out the old leadership, put in the new leadership, make a liberal college conservative. And he's not going to let them take away your gas stoves. Jesus. You got to be kidding me. Don't worry about the cost of eggs. And he's talking about the protecting people's gas stoves. Really? The Dems got a lot ahead of them. A lot of work. In ending the hero worship of our electeds. And that's one of the points that I want to make. Because when you're losing badly and your legislative priorities are going nowhere, your marches, your protests result in a lack of interest. What are you a hero of? What are you cheering for? How are you getting us liberals, us Democrats engaged, inspired? We've got a lot of work to do. And everything I said, I've done before. I've gotten good people elected. I've marched. I've protested. I've worked for electeds in their offices. I've worked with constituents. I've worked with voters. I've worked with the average Joe and Jane. So a lot of what I'm saying, a lot of what I'm asking Dems, Republicans, Libertarians, NPAs, whoever will listen and take heart to my plan, to our plan, because nothing's original. I'm not going to bite. I'll have a conversation with you, a genuine, honest conversation. Just come with intent, with purpose, with data, statistics, facts. Let's put our feelings away, set aside. Again, I'm not going to bite you. But I know you won't. You won't come to the table. I'll meet you where you're at, but you won't open the door. You won't have that conversation with me. Because why? Because I'm a threat to the status quo. And the status quo is good for y'all. It's good. Yeah, we're looking for good people with good ideas that will represent the good intentions of our communities here at J&W. This may sound like a commercial, but fuck it. I like to win. And when you follow the plan, you're likely to win. When you're following the strategy, you're likely to win. When you're willing to put in the work, you're likely to win. I've had some pretenders come my way. I'm not afraid to walk away from people that I know aren't genuinely interested in the best interests of their community. I will walk away because this is what I do. This is my passion in life. Skills, the knowledge, the expertise that I bring is God's gift to me to bring to my community because I know we can do better. We can do better in the free state of Florida. I'll go to bat for you. I'll speak on your behalf. I will challenge people who will challenge you in your campaign, in your strategy, in your constituents. I've done it. I've had conversations with retired Chief Justices, Florida Supreme Court Chief Justices, in a tactful and polite way on behalf of my client. In no certain terms, I just said, back off. Back off of my client. My client and their campaign is transparent and doing the right thing. I have no problem advocating for my clients, my communities. And we need more folks like that to get from behind their laptops, their keyboards, their phones, out from the neighborhoods that they're used to, out from their caucuses, their titles, and start holding each other accountable. What have you done for your community lately, Democrats? We've got a long road ahead of us. It's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. But I'm willing to put my 30 plus years of political experience on the line to make Florida a better place for all Floridians. So what's going on now in the free state of Florida is scary. Permitless conceal and carry, 6-week abortion ban, teachers avoiding the education profession here in Florida. I don't even have a gas stove, so how's that going to help me? A tax credit or tax relief for a gas stove? I don't get that. No, no, no. There's a lot ahead of us, and there's not much time left. Not much time at all, and we just have to do what's best for our communities. And it's going to take baby steps. But I'm willing to put in the work if you're willing to put in the work. At J&W, we have the resources, the skill, the knowledge, the expertise. In the coming weeks, I'm going to present my plan to you. It's about 20 odd points, from the obvious stuff. Shout out to Samuel, new party leadership that is not specifically focused on one demographic over another, but will seriously look at what Manny Diaz said and what needs to change. We got to fight for every vote. Our fundraising has to change. Individual campaigns need to have their own voter marketing data and the ability to use it to its fullest extent. I'll get more into that. And something, having volunteers is great. Hey, especially when you have that core group of volunteers that will go to the ends of the earth for you. But you know something? People are out here looking to get paid. And sometimes when you need an army, like we have our military, when you need an army out there of people representing your campaign, you're going to have to pay them. You're just going to have to pay them. So that's another point. Another point we'll discuss is defining your opponent aggressively. Aggressively defining your opponent. Republicans do well at that. Campaigns have to be more professional. You can't just have, all due respect to the young generation here, you can't just have a kid, a young person, called a campaign manager and all they're doing is carrying your purse or your briefcase. That's not going to cut it. You're going to have some strategy about this. Real strategy. Again, another point. Do your own damn research. Good example is George Santos, New York congressman. Unfortunately, the media is not going to do it for you. Your opponents in a primary, if you face a Republican, they may not do their research. Do your own damn research. Another point that is close to my heart is recruiting good people year round. Got to build that bench. It makes no sense that we have octogenarians who are our state senators when we have young talent like the Maxwell Frosts, the Anna Escamanis, Carlos Guillermo Smiths, Levon Bracey. How did Bruce Anton get reelected? Who did he defeat? I see. I forgot his name already. Traveris McCurdy. Javert should have been the state rep. These young folks need to get in office. Buddy Dyer, get out. Come on, retire. Get on the golf course or something. Go for a long walk with your wife or your dog. Let's give these new people a chance. These new, young, fresh faces a chance. So that's some of the points that I'll be discussing in the coming weeks. It'll be more in depth, more fleshed out. Um, but however, you know, it's been a long day. We had you can't make this shit up. Our other podcast that Joel and I did today, and that was quite interesting. Republicans will be Republicans. Go ahead and watch that. I'm having fun. And I hope that, you, when you watch this, that you'll continue to support us, watch the shows, like, share, hit the notification button, talk about us. We're building the community. We've got a lot of projects, a lot of irons in the fire. Really good stuff. And I'm really excited. We've got some really important meetings coming up regarding some of these projects, and I'm just really excited about them. Wow. We are taking Florida by storm, but we can't do it without you all. You all, as our community, we need you to help us grow our community, help us be the best that we can be, put out the best version of ourselves. Because this is more than just a podcast. It's more than just a job. It's a passion. I want to see the best that America has to offer. I want to see the best for our communities, and we need you for that. We need you for that. We need your friends. We need your families, donors, everybody, everyone who believe that it's not going to take much to make a difference. It's just a matter of putting in the work. And for the Democrats, I truly believe it's going to be another 8, 10, 12 years before you become relevant again. That's just a hard truth. So, again, like, share, hit the notification button, spread the word. You know where to reach us on our socials. Come to our website, www.j-washington.com. Man, we got some fantastic things ahead, and we want you to be a part of it. So, again, this is the David Washington Show. Really appreciate all that you do and taking your time and listening to what I have to offer with my show, what we have to offer with the show that Joel and I do. You can't make this shit up. And then, of course, there's the Morning Constitution that Joel does. I worked hard to get where I'm at. And I want to bring people with me because there's so much more. There's so much more ahead. We've got a great group of young people working with us as interns. I call them associates. There's John, there's Addison, and Gabriel. Thank you. Thank the three of you. We have a new associate, a new consultant working with us under the J&W umbrella. Rafiq Rao, welcome. joins Philip Toledo as our chief strategist. Rafiq will be a campaign manager. It's a lot going on, and we're really excited about it. So, again, visit our socials, visit our website. Thinking about running for office? Email us, text us, message us. We're on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Insta, our websites. Call me. Hey, it's been a blast. I want to thank you all. Have a good night.